So today we're going to look at a third type of how to solve systems of linear equations. So far we've done graphing, we've done substitution. This method is called elimination, and when you eliminate something, you get rid of it. So with the elimination method, we're going to be eliminating or getting rid of one of the variables. So what we're going to do, again, you should have the graphic organizer. If not, it should be on the website for you. There are 4 steps going down the side. Add or subtract, solve, substitute, and check. You'll notice that after step 1, steps 2, 3, and 4 are exactly like the substitution method. So you're not going to notice much of a change there. What you will notice is a change in step 1. In step 1, what you actually want to do is you want to take the 2 equations and you want to line them up so that they match exactly. So the first equation, 2x plus 3y equals 11. Second one, negative 2x plus 5y equals 13. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add the 2 equations. This method only works if your x's line up on top of one another, your y's line up on top of each other, and your constants are over here on the right-hand side all by themselves. So now we're going to add. You should notice that 2x plus negative 2x is going to cancel out. 3 plus 5y is 8y, and 11 plus 13 is 24. Everything gets added together. What we're left with is a very small equation that comes down to step 2. We divide each side by 8, and we end up figuring out that y equals 3. So now in step 3, we're going to plug back into one of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one, but pick one of the original equations, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug back into that. I'm going to pick the one that's all positive, the 2x plus 3y equals 11, but either one's perfectly fine. So 2x plus 3 times 3 needs to equal 11. 2x plus 9 needs to equal 11. I'm going to add negative 9 to each side. And I get 2x equaling 2. Divide each side by 2. And I get x equaling 1. Final answer as an ordered pair, 1, 3. Final step, just like normal, we're going to check back in the original equations. So 2x plus 3y equals 11. 2 times 1 plus 3 times 3 needs to equal 11. 2 plus 9 needs to equal 11, and 11 does in fact equal 11, so the answer checks. Checking it in the second equation, negative 2x plus 5y equals 13. Negative 2 times 1 plus 5 times 3 needs to give me 13. Negative 2 plus 15 needs to give me 13. 13 gives me 13. And my answer checks. Doing the same thing in problem 2. You want to make sure that your variables line up and match correctly. So 3x plus 4y equals 8, and negative 3x plus 5y equals 10. My x's cancel out because I'm adding. 4 plus 5 is 9y. And 10 plus 8 is 18. Divide each side by 9. We figure out that y is 2. Okay. This last little bit right here, this is actually step 2. I ended up just running it all together, but you end up getting y equaling 2. So just so you can see where it would go, this would be 9y equaling 18. Divide each side by 9, and you would get y equaling 2. Now that you know that y is 2, plug back into one of the 2 original equations. I'm going to use the one that's all positive again. So 3x plus 4y equals 8. 3x plus 4 times 2 needs to give me 8. 3x plus 8 needs to give me 8. Add negative 8 to each side. And I end up with 3x equaling 0. 0 is a number. There's absolutely nothing wrong with 0. And 0 divided by 3 is 0. So your final answer for this problem is 0, 2. And again, 0 is fine. Going to check it, we're checking back in the original equations. So 3x plus 4y equals 8. 3 times 0 plus 4 times 2 equals 8. 0 plus 8 equals 8. 8 equals 8, and my answer checks. Second equation, negative 3x plus 5y equals 10. Negative 3 times 0 plus 5 times 2 needs to give me 10. 0 plus 10 needs to give me 10. 10 equals 10, and my answer checks. So the elimination method really focuses on eliminating one of those variables to give yourself a little bit smaller of a problem to work with. So far we know 3 methods: graphing, substitution, and elimination. Each one of them has its pluses and minuses. Graphing probably is the method that is used the least often because it is more, you have to be really exact, really sure where you're putting things, watching those fine details. Substitution is typically used if you already have a variable set apart for you, such as x equals or y equals. Most of the other problems then are solved using elimination, but the trick with the elimination is, again, making sure that your variables line up exactly. Your homework tonight is just some more of these type of problems. Go ahead, give them a try. If you have any questions, feel free to come see me.